So, this is a story that will explain why having children will always be a flex for any country. A lot of people are very ignorant as to how the economy in America works. They do not realize that you need to be having children for your economy to be successful. Hold on one second. Hey everyone, it's your favorite Black single mom here, the millennial introvert, and today I want to read an article from People magazine. There's a complete huge controversy going on. And first I want to say this is entire video is going to explain why having children will always be a flex and will never be a negative thing. So let's go ahead and jump right into this story. Kyte Baby CEO issues apology after brand fires new mom for asking to work remote from NICU. This was published January 19, 2024. And I can tell you right now, the moms are hot. So angry as we should be. So a new mom found herself looking at being jobless after her employer denied her request to go remote to tend to her baby's health. So the CEO tried it and moms have spoken. So let's go ahead and get into this. So it said a new mom went through a roller coaster of emotions after finding out she'd finally get the baby she'd been dreaming of. What she didn't expect was that her job would contribute to those intense and complicated feelings. Marissa Hughes went through years of fertility healthcare while trying to have a baby with her husband Raleigh, as detailed on the couple's GoFundMe page, which initially was in support of their fertility journey. 3 years of that journey included in vitro fertilization, or also known as IVF, intrauterine insemination, which is also known as IUI, pregnancy losses, and a near-fatal surgery where Hughes briefly clinically died. The couple served as foster parents throughout this process, and after some time, they came to terms with the need to explore other options for growing their family. The couple revealed they were pursuing adoption in October, and in December, they got the call that a baby was available to them, 9 hours away from their Dallas home in El Paso. Son Judah was born at 22 weeks gestation and barely over a pound per the family's GoFundMe. With the joy of welcoming the baby they'd wanted for so long came the logistics of making it all happen. Hughes contacted her employers, Kyte Baby, to ask that they grant her the ability to work remotely as she stayed by her baby's side. And this is where the issue came in. So Kyte Baby then told Hughes that their policy was to allow 2 weeks of remote work, and if she could not return to the workplace at that point, her job would be terminated. The story was shared on both TikTok and a GoFundMe, where the situation went viral as parents were shocked by a baby brand's lack of sympathy and grace for the mother of a micro preemie. The backlash and calls for a boycott of the brand were so extreme that the brand responded with CEO Ying Lu posting a video addressing the situation on TikTok. I want to hop on here to sincerely apologize to Marissa for how her parental leave was communicated and handled in the midst of her incredible journey of adopting and starting a family she began. Claiming she had reached out to Hughes to apologize for the HR blunder, Lou continued, Kyte Baby prides itself in being a family-oriented company. We treat biological and non-biological parents equally. I have to tell you right now, this entire thing is a lie, and it's just giving cringe all day long. If they were a family-oriented company, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now because they would have treated the Hughes family with respect and dignity and humanity, like just being a human. And this is part of the issue why I created my channel, is because I feel like I'm just seeing a huge cancer kind of going through society of like thinking it's okay to hate children and hate parents. And while that's okay, don't expect to like not get backlash from people who are actually parents. I actually had someone ask me, why am I defending single mothers like they literally lost their brain somewhere? I'm like, because one, I am a single mother. And even if I wasn't, I probably still would stand up for single moms, because why not? I mean, it's the hardest job. And then being a Black single mother on top of that, we already know that everything in this country, because of its racist, systemic institution and policies and laws and everything is in place already, it just makes life that much harder just being Black in this country. And so anything that anyone else is doing, it's going to be harder for Black people to be doing it. And so for someone to be crying and wondering, like, why are you defending? Why aren't you? That's the question. So anyways, And then another thing that was really bothering a lot of moms, including myself, was that this woman, Lou, kept having to really differentiate between the fact that the mother was an adopted mom and that was her baby that she adopted versus like a mother that biologically had her child. And she's saying they treat the parents equally, but they actually don't, because at 2 weeks of remote um, work, I think that's just for people who have adopted a child. They actually said, even on the phone, later you'll see in the video where I think the sister was explaining it, but somebody said, like, you want like all this time to work remotely and you didn't even give birth, as if you don't have to bond with your baby. And it's sad that this is where we are. We have become such a primitively cave person type style of people that were barely humans at this point. I mean, you shouldn't have to explain that. It should just be innately within us to know that a child needs to bond with their mom. And then this baby, in this case, is actually in the NICU. Help the baby grow and thrive and develop and just get out of the NICU and live a great life. So it's just awful. The entire thing is awful. So it says, through my personal and professional experiences, I have the utmost respect for babies, families, and the adoption community. And she keeps talking about the adoption community because she knows she messed up. She knows that she doesn't feel that way, and that's why she has to highlight that she does. It is gaslighting at its finest. I do feel like she gives narc vibes. She's very tone deaf, and she actually has 5 children, which was a shocker to me to find out at the end of the video. You'll see that. But Lou went on to take accountability for the situation and explaining it was a breakdown in communication. It was my oversight that she didn't feel supported as we always have intended. As offered to her originally, we would find her a position whenever she decides to return to work. She continued apologizing to Marissa and Raleigh before apologizing to Kyte Baby's customers as well for any offense. The response, which Lou later admitted was scripted, was slammed for being a canned and calculated response to a very human, emotional situation and didn't rise to the wrongdoing that occurred. And of course, she did read a script because that's just how cold she is. Like, she really doesn't feel anything. And her second response that she claimed was off script was actually worse than the first one. So she had this odd music in the first video. And then in the second one, it's like, you could just see her literally like hyperventilating. Like, she's panicking about her bottom line. She's losing it because she knows that people are about to cancel her. And a lot of moms already have canceled her. I didn't even know about this company until today, until I heard the story. So to me, she's already been canceled a long time ago because I never shopped there to begin with. But yeah, it's just awful. So in the second video, Lou tried speaking off the cuff as she addressed the situation once again. It wasn't sincere, and I decided to go off script. Mothers still weren't feeling it. But anyway, sincerely, what went wrong is how we treated Marissa, and I'm the one who made the decision to veto her request to go remote as she stays in the NICU to take care of her adopted baby. Everyone felt like we did not like that she said adopted baby. Like, why didn't you just say take care of her baby? And it just goes to show like how she really feels about the whole situation. She is still just worried about her bottom line. And that's why she even came out with the first video. Then the second one was because she received backlash from online. So for that, I say good job, ladies and gentlemen, for the online backlash. Once more, the internet is interneting and getting the job done. I feel like if there was no social media and that the Marissa Hughes sister wasn't posting the video for her sister to talk about how her sister had gotten fired from Kyte Baby, I just feel like Lou would have been business as usual. I feel like she's done this before and she would do it again if she can get away with it. So miss me with it. I don't feel either apology is sincere, and I will continue to not shop there. So anyways, and so she's saying, when I think back, that was a terrible decision, Lou said. And of course, what she's thinking back to is the fact that her bottom line is about to completely tank. So I was insensitive, selfish, and was only focused on the fact that her job had always been done on site, and I didn't see the possibility of doing it remotely. And that's a lie, because she has said earlier that they'd offered for her to work 2 weeks remotely, and then if that wasn't enough time, then she would be fired. So now suddenly you're trying to say you didn't see it being done. Like, what are you talking about? How was she going to do it for those 2 weeks then if you didn't see her job being done remotely and it's always been done on site? make it make sense. However, having a little bit of sensitivity and understanding would have accommodated her, and I did not accommodate her. You needed more than a little bit, but that's how companies do you. Lou concluded her, people don't realize that their companies are literally their employees. Like if all employees just stopped coming to work, then what? So Lou concluded her nearly 5-minute video by sharing appreciation for Hughes and calling her a fantastic woman with the biggest heart, which again, a lot of mothers felt that was just as awful. And probably I saw a few men in there as well. But we were very upset because we're like, so this is not even an employee you don't hate. Like, like someone that you just kind of see. I honestly thought it was someone she didn't really see. I thought maybe Marissa Hughes was just a number to her. Like some companies are so big and the CEOs are so high up that, you're just a number. And that's what I thought was going on. But she said she actually sees her like every day and that Marissa is an amazing employee. And I'm like, wow, so what do you do when you don't love the employee? Like, I can't even imagine how badly you're treating them. So, yeah. So she says, I understand if you don't want to come back to work anymore, but we will continue to pay you as if you were working remotely for us for those hours that you propose until you're ready to come back, Lou said, adding, and your original position is always open for you when you come back. And I feel like Lou was just throwing things out there at this point. It's like, let me just see what sticks. I'm going to give her everything but the kitchen sink because everyone is so angry at me, as we should be. And it just was still giving, just completely being insincere. It didn't feel genuine. It just felt like she was just trying to see what would make the public happy so that we would continue to shop at her company, which I'm not going to be doing. And I don't think a lot of other mothers will be either. But anyway, so Hughes has not publicly commented on the situation as it has unfolded. The couple's GoFundMe has switched gears to focus on helping with expenses for Judah's birth mother, as well as navigating expenses around his NICU stay, where the infant is expected to be until around March. This is just so heartbreaking. And this is where we are with our society. Just very greedy and selfish and always mistreating parents. And this story just made even worse because this woman is a parent. So I'm like, what are you doing? So it's just, ooh, and she's a parent of 5 like me. So I'm like, girl, bye. Like, what's happening here? I'm an entrepreneur too, and I cannot imagine treating my employees like this. Like, I just can't. I don't know if it's because my background is IT. Like, I'm not anti-tech. So, like the rest of America is, especially the old grandpa government. And then you have these old ancient CEOs and sitting in these companies, and they just want to keep things as back in the 1900s. And it's like, we're literally in the 21st century. You just have to do better. And people are so ignorant, like they don't even realize when you treat people well, everyone wins. Like it doesn't help. It only hurts, and it doesn't help to mistreat mothers and children and parents. Like, you wouldn't want to be mistreated, and children have every right to be here just like you had a right to be here when you were a child. So it's like, okay, are we now all just mistreating each other on that end as well? Like, it's like in every direction, everybody's mistreating everyone, and it's just everyone's going to be miserable and unhappy. I just saw this one lady she's a property manager, and she created her little community so that parents and children would not move there. And I'm like, no one's fighting to live next to you. I'm happy you have your childless community or whatever, because people are tired of you complaining about our children who we love and don't have an issue with. So I told her, I was like, you're literally just letting me know that I'm doing the right thing by building my own on my own land and developing for single mothers only. So there you go. So we can all do this. So yeah. So we're going to go ahead and play the video of Miss Lou totally losing her shit because she knows she put her foot in her mouth not once but twice, and way before then, before the internet was doing what we're doing now, because we didn't even know about it yet. So let this be a lesson to all companies out there that think that you're invincible. We will completely cancel you. And some people were trying to cry in the comments. I don't know if Lou paid them or not. But some people were crying like, oh, she was sincere, which was a lie. Or they were saying, oh, this is how all companies are. Like, that makes it any better. It's like, just because other companies have been doing this for like centuries does not mean it was ever okay. We are a country that should always be evolving and aspiring to be better And everyone benefits when everyone is happy, and treated well and treated fairly. Like I still haven't had a chance to do that one, my video on the list of like successful or happy countries. America did not even make the list. Should you be surprised? People probably are. I mean, if people are not feeling the ugliness and the vileness that is America, I don't know what to tell you. This country's awful. Like, people are literally just fighting on planes and stuff, and they want to talk about children. And I'm like, look how the adults are acting. My children are better. They're better behaved. They're more polite. They have better manners than a lot of adults that I see out in public. These adults who, a lot of them probably don't have kids, and that's why they're just refusing to grow up. It's gross. It's like, no one, if you don't like children, imagine dealing with an overgrown man child or woman child, like someone who's not even a child anymore, but just feeling entitled to like act like one because they don't have kids. Like, no, nobody wants to deal with you. So yeah, so let's watch this video with Ying Lu, and I will come back for my commentary at the end of the video.
Hey guys, it's Ying. I wanted to hop on here to sincerely apologize to Marissa for how her parental leave was communicated and handled in the midst of her incredible journey of adoption and starting a family. I have been trying to reach out to her to apologize directly as well. Kyte Baby prides itself in being a family-oriented company. We treat biological and non-biological parents equally. Through both my personal and professional experiences, I have the utmost respect for babies, families, and the adoption community. However, such respect and good intentions were not fully communicated to Marissa in the discussion of her parental leave. It was my oversight that she didn't feel supported, as we always have intended. As offered to her originally, we would find her a position whenever she decides to return to work. I also want to apologize to our Kyte community. I want to assure you that as the company's owner, I will always stand behind our values. I will be reviewing our HR policy and procedures to make sure to avoid hurting our staff and our community in the future. Finally, we're truly happy for her adoption and wish the best to her and her family. Thank you for your time and for listening.
Okay, she sounded like she was about to cry.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. So I just posted a official apology on TikTok, and the comments were right. It was scripted. I memorized it. I just basically just read it. It wasn't sincere, and I've decided to go off script and just tell you exactly what happened. I've been thinking about what went wrong, and I think sincerely what went wrong was how we treated Marissa. And I was the one that made the decision to veto her request to go remote while she has to stay in NICU to take care of her adopted baby. And when I think back, this was a terrible decision. I was insensitive, selfish, and was only focused on the fact that her job was had always been done on site, and I did not see the possibility of doing it remotely. However, having a little bit of sensitivity, understanding, and flexibility would have accommodated her, but I did not accommodate her. So I cannot imagine the stress she had to go through, not having the option to go back to work and having to deal with a newborn in NICU. So thinking back, it really was a terrible mistake. I own 100% of that. I know people are going to say, well, now that it's backlashed and you're just saving, face or saving the company. I think all of it is true, but at the end of the day, as human beings, as a mom, as a female owner of the business, and especially a baby business, I feel like I need to set the record straight, that I fully realize the impact of my action, my decision, my short-sightedness. that I did not accommodate Marissa fully and did not even reach out to her personally, didn't even talk to her at all about what happened to her until today. And I really want to apologize to her and to the community. And I would really want to take this opportunity to say that I'm sorry, and I would, rethink about the whole thing and review our company's HR policy and procedures. I would like to make absolutely positive changes. And in fact, I think a lot of comments are right. We need to set the example because we are in the baby business. I want to be above and beyond in protecting women and giving them the right protection and benefits when they're having babies. So give me some time. I'm going to go through the policies and HR stuff and just come up with a better policy for all our employees. And as for Marissa, she's a fantastic woman. She has the biggest heart. And I've said multiple times to multiple people, including her family, that I love her as a worker. I enjoy working with her every day. She's one of the few people that I actually see every day on site. I just really want to apologize to her again that for the feelings and the hurt and the damages that I have done. And we will continue to pay you the benefits as well as the remote position that you have requested. I understand if you don't want to come back to work anymore, but we will continue to pay you as if you were working remotely for us for those hours that you proposed until you're ready to come back. And your position, your original position, is always open for you when you come back.
So let's look at these comments. So as this person says, she's only sorry because she knows this is going to be a huge financial loss for her company. She doesn't care at all about Marissa. And you know what made it worse was that she talked about how wonderful of an employee Marissa Hughes is. We bring value. Mothers bring value to companies and to the whole planet. And this is a huge moment in history where it's like, wow, it's not, this is not okay. And mothers are going to stand up and say, no, this is not okay to mistreat a mother like this. And we're going to show you with our dollars just how un-okay this is. This was never okay. For her to sit there and admit, like, she was just so tone deaf and such a narcissistic tendencies there. Like, how can you sit there and admit like that Marissa Hughes was this amazing employee? You saw her all the time and you knew what she was going through. You didn't even care to contact her personally and talk to her about her situation to try to work something out. This is the prime example of like how employees we're not robots. This is why so many people, like these CEOs, can't wait for AI and robots. You can have it. You can have it all, okay? If the robots and the AI can do your little raggedy jobs, you can have it. Trust and believe. Because nothing's going to ever replace the human. And by the time it does, I'm going to be in the 5D somewhere. So anyways, I can't. Nothing's going to ever come over humans. Nothing's going to ever be able to replace a human. It's just not going to happen. And the way humans are starting to try to act like they're robots almost is really strange. But anyways, so she's saying here, trying to save your company, you should have processed before you reacted. Too late. Bye-bye. The next person says she still referred to Marissa's baby as her adopted baby. That is Marissa's baby. There should be no distinction. Exactly. Like, it was just so odd. Just what a tacky apology even still. Like, you can just tell she doesn't really believe what she's saying. She's just looking at them numbers plummet. As she should. That bottom line is about to completely tank like the rest of this country because people don't value humans. And if you don't value children, you don't value humanity. Because without children, there is no humans who's going to be left on this planet. So here she says, panic mode for the company. This has nothing to do with Marissa and her baby. Exactly. The woman, the creator of this account said, absolutely nothing. This is because they got caught. Exactly. This woman saying she's literally panicking because her wallet is in danger. That's it. Also, adopted baby is Marissa's baby. This is shameful. And this woman says she's worried about their big sale tomorrow. Exactly. Adopted or biological, there's no reason to treat the mom this way. Shameful for Kyte to treat her as such. Exactly. This apology is money driven, the same way her termination of Marissa was. Exactly. Just very cold, because Marissa could still make the same amount of money whether she was working remotely or not. Someone else said, yeah, never buying Kyte again. See you later. This apology was only brought on by wrath of other mothers. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Showing our power today. The next woman is saying she is only apologizing because her company is going down here since everyone canceled them. Facts. Ooh, it's too funny. Someone else says she's in full fear of her own livelihood being destroyed. Yeah, she's like shaking. She is nervous. She's shaking. You can tell there is no genuine feeling towards Marissa Hughes and her plight. Like there was no real, it's more fear. She's terrified, as she should be, that her job is about to be, her little CEO, her little company, her job is going to be non-existent soon because she's not going to have a company very soon. So that's what she's freaking out about. And this woman says, she said now she knows how Marissa felt. Exactly. Like I just said, like her job is now in jeopardy. Not genuine, just backpedaling. I hope Marissa has a lawyer. Exactly. Period. But the next person says, there's no coming back from this. I can't imagine what would have happened if TikTok wasn't around. Right. That's what I said earlier. Like before the internet, they were doing this to people every day. They were trashing on moms every single day. I should have came and told them my story. I had a 2-month-old and they just like quote unquote laid me off. They were treating me like crap. It was awful. And I tried to sue. The HR tried to act like they didn't see any issues with how I was treated because, you know, HR is really for the company and not the employee. And then I had an attorney, but I didn't have money. So that's another story. But anyways, so they say, y'all got this. And also I did the EEO with my county. And they also were like, oh, we didn't find anything. It was a whole lie. It was so blatantly obvious they were discriminating against me. This woman said, y'all got this owner fighting for her life. What's your point? The next person says, she still referred to Marissa's baby as her adopted baby. That is Marissa's baby. There should be no distinction. I agree. Why do we have to add in the word adopted? No matter if the child is adopted or biological, it's still her child. And I'm like, how did you see her all the time and you just like don't feel bad firing her? It's awful. That's like how they really treat you too. An apology without change is manipulation. If the new mama is made whole and the policy changes, this is a win. If not, you deserve what you get. And this one says, I'm not holding my breath. This person said, I'm not holding my breath for change. Kyte baby off my baby registry. Facts. Big facts. Next person says she wants this now, but she didn't want it from Marissa. And the fact that she sees her every day on site and loves her so much makes it worse. Right. I'm like, that didn't help. This lady is so tone deaf. She is not reading a room. I'm like, you really just don't know how this works, do you? Very cold. The fact that she said adopted baby instead of her son bothered me deeply. I don't know why, but adopted or not, none of that matters. Exactly. Period. But if TikTok wasn't around, you wouldn't have even cared. So foul, right? Bye, Kyte baby. Well, now bless your heart, sincerely from a Southern woman and grandma with expendable income. Okay. I wouldn't even want to come back if I were Marissa unless this woman and all of HR was fired. Facts. I mean, who would want to come back to a company that showed they didn't care? That basically only cared because people had to like go off, like had to have entire wrath for you. Like, I wouldn't want to work for a company like that. NICU mama here. Thank the Lord my employer allowed me to work remotely from the NICU and take my maternity leave when my baby got out of the NICU. Blessings. Period. That's what's up. Little sleepies would never. They better not. But they learning their lessons like they learn. I hope these businesses are taking notes because moms do not play. Marissa better not go back to work for them. I know that's right. This next one says, it's now a terrible mistake because everyone's supporting Marissa and not Kyte baby. Facts. What did they expect? I'm grateful that there's humans still out there. Humanity is still a thing. And there's still humans out there. There's still people who love motherhood and still love children and care about other people that they don't even know personally. Like, that is This is what's giving me life. This is what's really giving me life, because it is always, I love children. I've always loved children. It's all about the children and mothers sticking together. This is everything for me. The next one says, she worked with Marissa face to face every day, but couldn't have a personal convo about her leave. Cowardly, girl. I'm like, ew, like, child, Ying, pull your resume together and start applying. Kyte is done. You say you work every day on site with her, and this is how you treated her? Right. I'm like, I could see if your company was just so big and you just didn't even know her. Like, that probably would have been more, like, palatable than like, oh, I see her every day and I love her. She's such a great employee. And I literally just fired her because she didn't. Seriously? Like, how do you treat the people you don't like? Like, do they have a job? Jeez Louise. You're only apologetic because it became a PR nightmare to protect Kyte reputation instead of an empathy, integrity, compassion, especially in a baby business. Facts. She said all them words. All the words. All that heavy breathing. She's panicking, girl. They said full blown panic. She said full blown panic. She is like about to like literally just pass out. Goodbye, removed all Kyte baby on my registry list. That's what's up. Ying, listen, at this point, pick up the NICU bill at this point, or match your GoFundMe donations. Wow. The panic in her voice. It's Marissa's baby, period. Adopted has no place in the conversation. Man, her business is about to go down. I mean, even the second apology, she's still tripping over words and screwing shit up. Like, girl, just stop. Just stop. Don't come out with no third one, because it ain't gonna work. Nah, because if this ain't gone public, she would have kept her decision to let Marissa go. Bye. You can't have a baby business and be this insensitive. Facts. It's her baby. Why? Mentioned adopted baby Ying. You just don't get it. I agree. I was like, ew. I thought it was I'm like, I'm cringing right now. Like, did you need to throw all that in there? Like, who cares that he's adopted? Like, that's her baby? What are we doing right now? It's Marissa's baby. Marissa's child is in NICU. She needed to be with her baby. Facts. She needs to quit using adopted. It's her child. Facts. And that's coming from a man. I know that's right. Anthony Schumacher. Do not buy from Kyte. This is outrageous behavior. Yep. So we are boycotting Kyte baby, right? Yeah. So Marissa is one of the few workers you see every day and you couldn't empathize with her? Get out of here, child. That literally made it worse. And I know she's seen these comments like, I put my foot in my mouth again. Yes, you did. She doesn't actually care about Marissa. She cares about her business and looking good. Facts. She let that money go to her head. People always do. As a NICU mom, you have no idea what a roller coaster of emotions it is. Worrying about how your baby is doing on a daily basis. Waiting to be able to hold them for the first time. Right. And then like Marissa now has to worry about being unemployed. That is some cold mess right there. And that's exactly where I was. 2 months. A baby that was 2 months old. He was October, November, December. He was like 3 months old and I literally had no job with 3 children. Child, won't God do it though? Because I'm doing good. So my babies are doing good. We all doing good because God's got this. I was like, I'm just not going back. And I never look back. Ridiculous. A baby clothing brand doesn't understand having to deal with a newborn in NICU. Girl, stop. At the end of the day, you did it wrong. Yep. And she need to be waiting for their lawsuit because that lawsuit coming. Please watch this response from Marissa's sister. The owner is still not being truthful. This person, if I was Marissa, I'd take the submission of guilt right to my lawyer. Yep. Kyte baby is officially canceled. 2 horrible apologies. By the way, that's her baby, not her adopted child. I'm like, you can't, how you mess it up twice? You couldn't talk to somebody and try to find where your compassion is. Like, where's your empathy? Like, try to just practice with someone who actually has empathy. Like, someone you know is overly caring about everyone and ask them what you should say because you just botched that second apology that was supposed to be more, ooh, it's so off script. It's so authentic. Yeah, authentically bad. Okay. It's authentically cold, authentically inhumane. Just ugh. Bye-bye, Kyte. Veto your apology. Marissa's baby, period. Her thinking I'm going to go broke. Cha, facts. Donate 50% of your earnings for the month or however long to her and her family of her $14 million business. Right. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So now, no, she worked face-to-face with Marissa and still chose to handle things the way she did. Girl, like, I thought that was just me. I'm like, ooh. Lord, like, what is she doing? Like, she's trying to, I feel like she was just trying to slather on all the praise for Marissa. She just went overboard because this is how much she really doesn't care. Tone deaf, not reading the room, most likely a narcissist. Like, I just saw no emotion there. I was waiting for her to have some tears. Nothing. Nothing. The only thing I saw was red face because she's panicking because her business is going down the tubes. As a mother with both my children NICU babies, how dare her saying her adopted baby she didn't give birth. The only reason she's apologizing is because it went viral. Otherwise, facts. I also had a child in the NICU, and it's like not even a game. Girl, she ain't coming back to work for you. Right. How Delulu? Right. I had somebody fire me from Food Lion, and then tried to offer me my job back after I think my mom or somebody got in her face, but I want to come back to that mess. Marissa needs a job at Posh Peanut. Why she have to say adopted baby like that's her baby, right? We had a 28-week micro preemie during COVID. His 119-day NICU stay was the most stressful situation for my daughter, myself, and our family. Yep. This woman doesn't care at all. She's only concerned about losing money. She should be ashamed of herself. She really should. She's a mother too. Just got worse and worse and worse. She's just trying to save her biz. As soon as the clapback dies down, she'll do the same again. Exactly. That's why I'm done with. I hope it crashes because she is not going to change if it doesn't. There's big core like Microsoft, Wells Fargo, Chase, etc., who finally don't even need 1 year to work to give you parental leave. Finally, geez, like, yeah, it's like, wow, okay. I gotta be here a whole year before I can get some parental leave, and you're gonna be capitalizing off my child, girl. Molly McPherson, PR. This Kyte baby drama is wild. I would love to hear your thoughts from a PR perspective because I've never seen a company fumble as hard as Kyte baby. Dying for a PR account to weigh in. Ooh, don't even give her no tips because she might be trying to call them to clean up this mess, and no thanks. Why doesn't Marissa have access to parental leave? If someone has a child, including adoption, they require time to bond. Because some companies require you to be working there a certain amount of time. They said an employee isn't eligible for FMLA, which will protect her time off and right to bond until they've been employed by the company for over 12 months. Yeah, people don't know that. As a mom and owner of the company, she should have taken a step back and put herself in Marissa's shoes. Think more compassionately as a human and not as your bottom line. As a corporate chair, you know what predicament she was in and you know what your company stands for. There were many other options to look at before jumping the gun and making such a rash, hurtful, damaging decision. I'm sure there were a handful of other employees that could have taken on more responsibility to help out. And I'm wondering, how many other people did she treat like this? How many of them people have been fired because of her just being cold and not caring about people's different circumstances? Gosh, this is even worse. It just gets worse. She shouldn't have even had to think about this in the first place. She had to think about it. Just know. Exactly. The fact that you had to think about doing the right thing speaks volumes. Yep. People don't realize that. This happens all the time in companies, all the time. I'm not saying I'm on Kyte's side, but this happens everywhere. I had to return back to work 5 days after giving birth, or my job was going to be given to someone else. I didn't have any pay or benefits for leaving during that time either. And I worked in healthcare of all places. We need to change the policy across the board so we're all women are protected. Yeah, I agree. Agreed. We need full protection, but they're really trying to pull we didn't do anything illegal. Others do this. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that. Yes, we do. That's awful. I'm sorry. Someone says CYA. Yep. There are a lot of job protection laws. The problem, it only applies for companies that have 50 or more employees. I worked for a hospital and I still didn't have a choice. We should maybe adopt what other countries do where they give paid leave and care more. Yep, and their countries show it through their stronger economies. And it'd be mandatory to take said leave. We're such a far behind country when it comes to taking care of moms and leave. Yep. That's the comment right there. She also wasn't there for a full year. Louder for the government officials in the back. Right, the system is what made her feel confident and justified in doing that in the first place is the biggest problem here. Next is Ying, because she was on the phone. That's crazy. Absolutely agree. And it's time we call out all these companies as well. I absolutely agree. We have to do our part. Yep. If we don't stick together, if moms don't stick together, who's going to do it? It's the fact that she's a family company, a parent herself, selling baby items, and she's a woman. And she's a mother. The baby is still fighting for his life today. Yes, there are many things the company could be doing to affect real change to the maternity policies in America. This is about saving her own rear. That's so USA problem. In Finland, for example, you get paid maternity leave for almost 4 months, and then And then I don't know what the YLU is. Yes, exactly. It is a USA problem and it happens all the time. It's so sad. You as a woman and a mom couldn't understand what Marissa was going through. How unthoughtful of you. Yep. Hashtag cancel Kyte baby. I hope Marissa gets a better job. Yep. Buying LOL. Marissa, don't forgive her. She doesn't mean her apology. I felt your sincerity. You are very brave. Thank you for expressing where you felt and for not blaming anyone. Bye, TikToker. Yes, what they did was horrible. When somebody comes back and sincerely apologizes and wants to make a change, people will still want to bash. No. The problem is that she's only apologizing and backpedaling because her actions have financially impacted her biz, and in a bad way. It's not sincere. Possibly, but like when children get in trouble and they know it, if they change their behavior, we do forgive them. What if they make and start a major change in the parental leave all through the corporate? She's not a child. That's the difference. Don't compare her to one. Don't bring children even into this with her raggedy apology. She should have known better. I'm all for cancel culture. I don't care. This was a major change in the okay, whatever. This is the problem with my generation. They do this whole cancel culture as if they don't make huge mistakes and apologize. Nope, that's not it, and we ain't doing it. It just wasn't on TikTok. Do you think that she would be thinking back that it was a terrible decision? I don't think so. Nobody thinks so. Next person says more likely she wouldn't, but she is also repenting. I don't care. So instead of seeing the change, we should bash only. Y'all can't ever be happy. Never heard of this company before this, but I will hope they make this change and other companies start being called out. If she would have repented before she went viral on TikTok, that would be a whole different thing. Saying sorry because you're losing money means nothing. Right. She probably followed her PR. Why can't she actually be sorry? Because she's not. Maybe she actually wants to make change. Let's see what I'm saying. I smell a lapdog in here. Did Ying pay you to say all this? Exactly. How does leave work up there? You guys don't get time off. She's not a child. Thank you. And the woman has my name. I love it. Or this person has my name. The great minds think alike. This is her second shitty call. She refused a mom who had a miscarriage any leave as well. She just didn't get called out for it and never apologized. It's sincerely hurting her bottom line. Yep. She isn't a child, though. She's a fully grown adult. Really, I only sense her panic and concern for herself. Ooh, the Sams are Samming today. This is like two different Sams. What? Okay, I hear you, God. Okay, universe. It's like the Sam here, then there's another Sam here, then another Sam here. And y'all know me, okay? Why the need to again say her adopted baby, right? What? Brave people don't fire new moms, right? This person just laughed. Couldn't even do that. I don't know. It's her money at stake. Y'all, okay? Like the Sams are Samming, okay? She's not a child. That's the difference. She should have known better. Cancel Kyte baby. This is like I literally posted that before I even saw the other Sams down here. Like, our name is a Hebrew name. It means listener, and it means like a lot of great things close to God. So, yeah, I might break that down one day for you all. So, yeah, I know I'm doing God's work. So, eye opener for who currently works there now. This is a shame, and I hope Marissa accepts squat from her. She got all of us. Well, Marissa need to take the bag if she offers a lot of money or get an attorney. Do something. Get your money, girl. Also, she mentioned what was offered to Marissa. This lady is unbelievable and many other things. Marissa wasn't prepared to adopt. You do not adopt unprepared. If you need your boss to sort out a personal life choice, then you are not ready. Unprepared adoption hurts children. It should not happen. What the fudge is you talking about, child? How does that hurt children? Adoption hurts? So where should unwanted children go, or should unprepared birth parents be forced to raise children they are unable or unwilling to, or even worse, be raised? Child, these people are so slow. Look, being an adopted parent requires financial stability, maturity, responsibility. Having love is not enough. No one is entitled to adopt. Shut up. I can't. I'm just going to say what I want to say. Like, you sound really stupid. Oh, Lord. She was ready to adopt. She just didn't know her boss was going to be like, screw you. She says the GoFundMe is only at $77,000 and $50,000 was for the adoption fee. So they only have $27K for this medically needy baby. And the story is losing steam. So not many more donations coming. I was unprepared for your stupid post. And yes, I confirm it hurts. They didn't know about the baby until December 27th, as per her sister. It doesn't matter if it was premature, as they didn't know it existed before they were on a waiting list. Please shut up. No one is going to... No. Give it a rest. Anyways, I saw the Lady Vaughn video. She was unprepared and hoping Kyte would have covered for her. FMLA, she was hoping easy money. I'm still buying Kyte. Good for you, Mike. Nice try, Kyte bot. How is this not a violation of FMLA? I hope Marissa lawyers up and perhaps then Ying might learn fully. That's if she has. She got to check the FMLA rules. I didn't even hear of Kyte baby into Marissa's video. Give the mom PTO, right? She uses the fact that Kyte is female-owned, family-driven. She didn't even say woman-owned because they don't even call it female-owned by the government. It's woman-owned. So that just shows you how she's just like, yeah. That's what makes it all worse. Plus, it's a baby company. Christ. Legit remove Kyte items from my registry after all this. Kyte did not support this mama. I hope Marissa starts her own business so we can support. It was not sincere. I'm all for second chances, but Kyte also denied her PTO when she had a miscarriage and almost bled out. She's sorry she got caught. Yep. No, because Kyte should still get canceled because it took your viewers to realize how wrong your choice was. Without an upward from us, nothing would have happened. Yep. From the Kyte Baby website, we're parents too. Kyte Baby may have started as one mama on a mission, but today we couldn't do what we do without our team. Yeah. Yay, my name again. Samantha Estrada. She says she loves Marissa. Imagine what she would have done. Child. When I tell you the Samanthas and the Sams are salmon today, because I said that earlier, imagine what she would have done to an employee who she doesn't love. Lady, please. So deplorable. Yeah, I was like, what is she doing to people she hates? Like, what is she doing to employees she don't like? Ooh, Lord. Or doesn't love. Like, maybe she likes them, but doesn't love them. Like, what is she doing with them? We know they out of a job. She should have never done this in the first place. She should have supported Marissa and family from Jump Street, period. Is this lady the owner of Kyte Baby? Someone says yes. Kyte canceled. I love little KK. This is all about her wallet, not Marissa's baby. Yep. OMG, I'd never heard of your company before now. Adopted baby is horrifying. That's her baby. Yeah, I never heard of it either. And now it's going to be gone the same day we heard of it. Your comms team despises you, and I hope Marissa finds a much better job at a far less toxic company. Little sleepies are better anyways, child. I do think that she has finally realized what she did to Marissa and to all working moms. I don't think she realized anything by letting old outdated positive win. But why did it take all of this for her working mother herself to realize? Because she's probably been privileged the whole time. That she did hurt and damage Marissa and also insult all working mothers. We are supposed to be fighting patriarchy against this type of shit, not each other. Ashley, you're having a conversation by yourself at this point. Things, words, and actions are completely unacceptable, period. Too late, too little, too late. You done effed up. You won't need policies in place anymore as your business is done. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, she trying to go back and fix something that ain't going to be there. As an adopted baby, when people refer me as an adopted child versus my parent's child is telling. Yep. This woman is scared of her empty pockets and not the damage she's caused, reads a scripted apology and wants everyone to believe she is. She's only sorry for the attention she's getting. And then she tries to go off script. Girl, bye. Go read another scripted apology because that was awful. We can see why you read the scripted apology the first time. You should have just stuck with that. Canceled. Nah, adopted? That's her baby. Panic all you want, but you do this to yourself. Yep. A little too late. Bye. So many things wrong here. Baby brand completely disregards baby mom because baby is adopted. Doesn't reach out to mom until receiving backlash. Girl, bye. I don't even think it's because baby was adopted. I think she just treats all mothers like new moms like that. Why is the distraction being made that the baby is adopted? Her baby is her baby. They are just trying to save their company and it's not going well. Oh, they probably do have different policies. I don't know. And they shouldn't, because that's her new baby. Like, they have to bond. And yeah, anyways, she should get the same amount of time as a woman who gave birth. Compassion for a parent and employee with a baby in NICU should have been thought of. I hope you truly do reevaluate your HR. It's important. She really couldn't just say new baby. She had to say adopted. Yes, it was ugly. Also, come back? You think she's coming back? So she wants to go above and beyond and admits thinking Marissa was an amazing employee, but still made the terrible decision in the first place. Child, it's oof. If you could do a bad apology, like, geez Louise, I just never seen one so bad before in my life. I kind of see why she uses adopted baby interchangeable with newborn. It clarifies that she is not also recovering from childbirth. But that doesn't matter, because she still should get to bond with her new baby. Damage has been done. Should have done the right thing to begin with. Bravo to the internet. Yep. Oops, big mistake. It looks like ops. Ops, big mistake. She's just trying to save her business. Yep. Never buying your clothes. My daughter was a preemie, and I feel Marissa's pain. This is also scripted, and scripted badly. Like, it was, like, awful. Yeah, you keep saying adopted baby. You mean their baby? Her adopted baby? No, her baby. Her baby fighting for his life in the NICU. Her baby. Just the way she says adopted baby irks me. Same. I'm just like, ugh. I just cringe. I just, like, literally just want to cringe. Oh, so she's panicking. LOL. You're not sorry that you treated her this way. You're sorry you got caught. Hire a PR. Yeah. She probably can't afford to hire a PR, and now she's about to be able to afford even less. A little more sincere, but still too late. Little too late. The worst, I wouldn't say it was more sincere. The word spreading. You guys are done. Pick up the entire NICU bill. It's her baby, not adopted baby. Seriously fuming. And that's coming from a woman, Bryant. You like her? Bye. Too late. Come back. Haha. Bye. You can hear the panic to fix the situation and avoid any further backlash. Yep. I lied just a second ago, but trust me now. Exactly. She's a mother. The fact that her baby was in the hospital, anybody would have been right away. Yes, work remotely, take care of your baby. Exactly. Shoot, if I was the owner, I would have been like, no, mama, I would have been like, yeah, you take care of yourself first and the baby, and, come back when you're ready. It's just not that serious. People make mistakes. We are human. Everyone acting like they are perfect should reevaluate their lives and actions. Judge away perfect people. Bye. A second apology. I smell panic. Okay, I'm going to do this. What in the actual F? Kyte baby is so done and over with. Panic instead of hiring proper PR. Yikes. And being honest. Oof, child. And she tried to be honest, but it just didn't land like she thought it would. Give her protected 12-week FMLA. What the heck? She probably doesn't have it yet. It's sad, like you had to do all that too. What the heck is your company leave policy? A baby company that doesn't care about a woman who miscarried and now has a baby in the NICU. Sounds like my old company. What's your read on this? Showing they truly value the bottom line and not the babies and families. Yep. Bye profits. This is her baby, not her adopted baby. Seriously, lady, just shut down the business. No one is going to buy from you anymore. Well, as a pregnant FTM mom, I was going to buy your products, but not anymore. What? Yeah, that was like a whole mess. They should give her full pay with family leave. That's what they said they were going to do. Oh, did she say that? Maybe I missed something. She says I'm on full benefits. I'm like, whatever that is. That's trash and benefits. Nope, you're done and cancel. Beyond working remote, why does she have to work at all? Why does a baby company not have paid parental leave? Exactly. I give this woman credit for trying to make it right, but employees give their companies so much. Let people work how they need to work. Yep, she's not. No. I'm not giving her any credit. Like, this comment is confusing, but because I like the second half of it, but the first half, no. I'm not giving her credit for that. We all know why she did that. Everyone wants equal treatment. Well, here it is. Adopted or not, she is a new mother and deserves equal treatment, too. You're done. The absolute panic, man. Yeah, I'm like, woo, she is losing it. Sad thing with scripts is it's needed or you're torn to shreds. Yeah, when you're not. Yeah, when you're not being genuinely a good person. Well done. You owned it. You made a huge mistake, but that was very sincere. So leave this lady alone and focus your energy on Marissa and her family. Bye. I think you better go look for a job, lady. Nobody's going to do business with you anymore. Your apology is only happening because you were outed. Nope. Yeah, you're not going to recover from this. And for the record, it's her baby, not her adopted baby. Do better. Hopefully the follow through is immediate and on point. Yep. Too late. You're done. Canceled. Why does she keep making a point to say adopted? Irks me. It's her baby, period. Sometimes I love social media. Great job holding companies to the fire. Yep. Why does adopted need to be said? That says a lot of how she feels about the situation. Heartless. And as a woman and mom herself, is more disappointing. Yeah. Unfortunate for this woman that this apology may be sincere, it falls short. Protect women and families always. Actions speak louder than words. I had a job with only guys, and when my newborn got meningitis, he said, take all the time you need. It's not that hard. Yep. Can you imagine if her sister didn't post on social media about how her sister got fired? The owner wouldn't have batted an eye for what she did. Spent 9 months in the NICU PICU with my daughter. This lady has zero clue how much she victimized his family, all for profit. It's coming from a man. Another Samantha. She isn't in the baby business. She's in the money business. Also, seeing her every day on site and then pulling that is messed up. I agree. So what if the baby adopted is still her baby and that baby needs all the love and care? The crazy part of the baby is a NICU baby. So she had another apology somewhere. Yes, these comments are giving. I love it. All right, so let's go look at her website to see what it's up to.
But then you are laid off because you're not at work. Picture this. You adopt a sweet baby that's born early at 22 weeks and you rush to the hospital to be with your new baby, but then you are laid off because you're not at work. That is what allegedly happened to Marissa Hughes. She used to work at a company called Kyte Baby, and they're known for their bamboo sleep sacks. And at Kyte Baby, they're parents too. And they could not succeed at that mission without their team, which is a diverse group of parents. I guess the diversity doesn't move to adoptive parents, though. Little side note, though, this isn't the first time Kyte's been involved in a cancellation. Back in 2021, they got into some major heat because of an influencer named McCall that they kind of hired to take over their TikTok page. Turns out she had a lot of personal posts out there about SA and her being a racist. But back to our original story, though, because this is what allegedly happened. Marissa gets the call after 3 years of infertility, and they drive hours away to their new critically ill 22-week-old baby. She was employed at Kyte for less than a year, so there will be no FMLA or PTO for her. But while at the hospital, she gets a call from the owner, Yang, and 2 others, and they all agree she can have 2 weeks off. According to Marissa's sister, while on that call and the time off was requested, a backhanded comment was made like, you mean you want maternity leave even though you didn't have a baby? Later, she gets a call back and they change their story. She's no longer allowed to be away for the 2 weeks, and if she doesn't come into the office after, then she will be let go. She lets them know that her baby is very sick and that she probably would not be able to bring her baby home until March, and that of course she was not going to leave her baby, but that she would happily work remotely. She says she could easily do her job from remote status other than her being at actual photo shoots. So they tell her, if you are not back after 2 weeks, we won't fire you, but you're basically letting us know you're not returning and your job's not going to be available anymore. According to Marissa's sister, her role in the business was a studio coordinator and a point of contact for their models. Now, legally, did they have to give her any of this? I don't know. I'm not an attorney, and I don't know the state laws. If FMLA cannot be applied, I would think legally they're in the right to do what they did, but morally, you claim to be a family-oriented company. You're dedicated employees trying to find every which way to still be able to help you and work from 9 hours away, but they just won't accept it. I will be interested to hear Kyte Baby's response to all of this because they now have their comments turned off and social media, and there are now videos all over TikTok with parents wanting to cancel Kyte. I would also be really interested to hear from someone with a legal background in this situation to see if what they did was okay. Marissa does have a GoFundMe set up. If you follow the comment link here, back to the original video, the link has it in there, right? Okay, bye. Picture the
So here's Kyte Baby's website, and some people are saying that a lot of things are on sale now, and they can see why because of all the controversy that there's currently under. But people are saying, like, be mad at the system or whatever. She's a mom of 5. Excuse me? Who loves her sleep. How are you? This just keeps getting worse and worse by the minute. Like, how are you a mom of 5 and you don't understand that this mama needed like this time to work remotely? Like, I'm a mother of 5 and I cannot imagine running a company and making that bad decision that she made. She said it all started when our founder Ying's youngest daughter couldn't sleep due to chronic eczema. She became a woman on a mission to alleviate her daughter's discomfort. What she didn't expect was to find the answer in a breathable, sustainable fabric, softer than baby fresh skin bamboo. It's so funny because I plan on growing bamboo on my property. I think bamboo is like amazing. I don't know why we're not using it more. But anywho, yeah, she just really botches up. If she doesn't get canceled, I hope to at least see some change, significant change, and I hope that other companies can follow suit and learn from this lesson. I really feel like they're not going to until they are also in the fire. And I do blame our government because our government continues to allow American citizens to be exploited, and they just need to do better. We need to be more careful about who we're voting for and what they stand for, what their policies are actually for, instead of just pledging our allegiance to whatever party, no matter what. We need to do this and make these votes, our votes stand for something and our voices be heard to make significant change in this country. Yes, we are doing something great by standing up against Kyte Baby, but like many others have said, this is an entire system that needs to be dismantled and rebuilt to actually protect and support its citizens. It is very possible to do that and still have a completely successful company. So let's go ahead and look at what economies need in order to be successful. So here we're going to read a article from the actual Congress, and it's saying the consequences of declining fertility for social capital. And we all know how this country was built, which was built off of capital. So obviously this country does not know anything but capital, human capital, to be successful, which is why companies are acting like psychos and not giving moms time off when they need it. And this mother, that Marissa Hughes, the star of this controversy, the mother in this situation, was actually not even trying to get complete time off. She was wanting to work remotely. And America is so against moving into the new age of technology that they are literally shooting themselves in the foot. So we're just going to jump in. I hate when they have these bullet points. I'm not reading them because I don't feel like it. So here they say, this is the introduction, children are our future, the saying goes. Yet the fertility rate in the United States has been declining steadily for more than a decade and reached its lowest level on record in 2020. The total fertility rate ticked up slightly in 2021, despite some researchers predicting continued declines made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, the 2021 U.S. fertility rate was 1.7, well below the replacement rate of 2.1 children per woman, and has been below replacement almost every year since the early 1970s. So they have to say 2.1 per woman because, of course, males cannot have children. So when women are meant to replace, ideally, we're supposed to be married, but we're supposed to replace at least our husband and ourselves. And because a lot of women are not getting married anymore, then they just want women to have at least 2 kids. And the guys are supposed to help take care of them, of course, because the father's somewhere. But anyways, so the replacement has been below what it needs to be almost every year since the early 1970s. That's actually when women started getting their rights. The United States is not alone. Nearly every high-income country in the world has below replacement fertility, led by South Korea, which has the lowest total fertility rate in the world. Some lower-income countries also have below replacement fertility or are moving in that direction. Africa is not one of them. And that's why they're now saying Africa is the future of the world, and they're not really saying that out loud, but it is. Economists and political leaders point to various implications of low fertility, including a shrinking labor force and a reduction in innovation due to declining human capital. Hear that, everyone? Human capital. Declining fertility also means fewer people to serve in the military. What? Oh, I thought children weren't important. Or support government programs that rely on taxpayer funding. Oh yeah, like Social Security. Like, who knew that that was being funded? Most people think that Social Security is being funded by them working. That is not nearly enough. Social Security is being funded by, you're funding Social Security for the generation before you. So as of right now, we're supporting the boomers who are now in retirement age, the generations behind them, the Gen X, the millennials, and maybe even Gen Z are supporting the boomers' Social Security so that they can afford to retire. If we did not do that, they would not be able to retire. A lot of people do not have this information. They just regurgitate what they hear other people say, and that's why they sound completely stupid. So this report focuses on a much less frequently discussed yet highly important consequence of declining fertility, weakened social capital. Fewer parents in society may have implications for the ways or frequency with which people engage in their communities. Exactly. Like, a lot of people don't really have a reason to engage in their community when they don't have children. Declining fertility also means fewer siblings and extended family members to whom people can turn for support throughout life. Exactly. As well as fewer adult children upon whom parents can rely for care and companionship in old age. Unlike the economic cost of decline, and people are trying to make people feel guilty about that. I don't. That's just human nature. We're not meant to be an island. If you want to grow old and be by yourself, that's on you. That is something I never wanted, and I plan accordingly for it. Unlike the economic cost of declining fertility, which can be remedied through higher levels of immigration, fewer and smaller families present a unique set of social costs that are not easily remedied. In this report, we begin by documenting the trend of declining fertility in the United States. We then analyze the consequences of declining fertility for social capital, distinguishing between the short term prior to children reaching adulthood and the long term after children reach adulthood, which majority of children will be adults a lot longer than they will be children. But again, people are not very smart, so they haven't figured that out yet. Focusing first on the short term, we show that as a result of lower fertility, adults are decreasingly likely to have any children whatsoever in their household, and that conditional on having any children in their household, they have fewer of them. Relatedly, we show that a given child is less likely to have any siblings in their household. The result is lower quality community participation among adults who have fewer or no children in their household, as well as worse social outcomes among children who have no siblings. Excuse me? Worse social outcomes? Because I hear a lot of people saying one and done very proudly, which again, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that, but people are just giving themselves way too much of a pat on the back for having little to no children, and it's just not going to be a flex. It may be a flex in the Black community because the Black community is somewhere in hell. But if you're looking at communities that actually want to thrive and grow and be successful and take over the planet at some point, like conquer the planet, they are definitely not patting themselves on the back for not having children. Focusing next on the long term, we show that elderly adults are decreasingly likely to have adult children and siblings, and that this trend will worsen in the coming decades. Fewer adult children and siblings will lead to less care and emotional support for older Americans. And that's actually exactly why I had more than one child, so that my sons can have each other well after I am dead and gone. Trends in total fertility in the United States. And it makes me feel like people are being very short-sighted. They're not thinking that far out. They're talking about how much they travel, like parents can't ever travel in life. In fact, I've already did my traveling, and I can travel more if I wanted to, which is a key word, if I wanted to. But at some point, you're having to make a sacrifice if you want to be a parent. And the fact that people are trying to take that from us and act like we're just the worst people on earth when we're clearly sacrificing and doing a very tough job, that people are quick to admit you're doing a hard job. You're doing a big job, but we're going to sit here and treat you like crap. Like, you're not even going to do that over here. You're just not going to do it. You're not doing anything to help the economy or your country or this planet by just existing and consuming. And then sitting here having a child and telling your child not to have children, that's just next level special in its own way. So I cannot, but go off, honey. Like, if that's what you want to do, go for it. It does not make sense, will never make sense, and never will be cute. Trends in total fertility in the United States. The total fertility rate is the number of births each woman is projected to have during her childbearing years, based on current age-specific fertility rates. I'm not going to read all this because it sounds boring. For example, in the 1930s, the replacement rate was around 2.3, and it was around 2.2 in the 1940s, and it keeps going down. But anyways, I read the most of what I needed to read. There was also an article that I read from China, and they were the first country that admitted that they needed babies because the younger generations are what is actually supplying the budget for the older people to retire. So again, you need children. You need children. You're always going to need children, whether you don't have any kids or whatever. You will be always needing children and taking advantage of the fact that other people raise children and sacrifice for 18 years, 18 plus years, if they're giving their child a sibling, for the sake of the country and for the sake of you getting old and decrepit and not being able to take care of yourself. So it's sad that I have to read all this because somehow people just think, oh, it's a flex and I have kids. I feel like this people are getting this from one, the black community is non-existent. It's crap. People are not getting married. We don't even like each other. And I feel like because people are poor and or cannot find a partner, they're trying to make it a flex that they don't have any kids, and that's never going to be a flex. And they're having like this little moment and this movement. And it would be fine that you're having this movie because, of course, that's your choice to not have children. But to put down parents is never going to be cute. And it's never going to be something I'm just going to sit here and be like, oh, that's okay. You can totally bash parents. Like, no, you can't. We're doing a big job. And it is important whether you like it or not. So my other videos are going to go more into some of the groups that still put value on having children. And, of course, it's not Black people. Because we're always on the wrong side of things for the most part. And that's why our community or our race, whatever you want to call it, is looking the way it looks because we don't ever seem to make good decisions. It's sad to say it, but it's true. We always seem to uplift the most deplorable things that are out there, whatever is the most degenerate and ghetto and raggedy and ratchet. That's what we're upholding. And then when you try to have standards and say, I don't want to, that's not who we are, or we can do better than this. And now people are calling you white or whatever. When really it's just someone who actually has standards and thinks highly of themselves and has value for themselves. So it's like, no, I don't want to co-sign the ratchetness that is the Black culture on that side. There is other Black culture that exists that is not ratchet, and that's the side I'm on. So thanks everyone for watching. Just wanted to highlight this issue that's going on right now with this whole controversy, and I'm here to see it. I'm here for it all day long. Mothers being strong and powerful as always and stepping up and showing where we are most powerful, and it's always going to be with our children and the dollar, and showing that we can not, I never even heard of this company, so I'm not going to be shopping for them anyway, but it's great to see other mothers of all ethnicities and races coming together to say, you know what, you mistreated this mother, we're not here for it, and we will not be supporting it. I actually did not see a lot of Black moms on here really that much because I feel like we probably don't even know what the company is anyway. It probably isn't in our culture to have any clue who these people are. It's probably out of our budget or whatever, but it's like, okay, so the people who did support you, they're pulling their dollars. So it is what it is, what it is, what it is. Okay. So, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to all my new subscribers and to my day ones. I'm thanking you so much for your support. You all are why I do this, and I will continue to support Black single mothers and just mothers in general and single moms in general, because it is very important that this message is getting out. I just see way too much vile information going out into the public, and somebody has to give some pushback. It's okay to be a mom. It's okay to be a single mom. It's okay to be a Black single mom. And we're doing a great job. Mamas out there, don't listen to the drivel of anyone saying that you're not. Whether you're young or older or whatever your story is, whether you're married, not married, whatever, you are doing a great job, mama, because you're sacrificing and putting someone above yourself and taking care of this child every day and waking up every morning and making sure you do your best by your child or your children. And you have value. You have value whether you have a husband or not. You're going to always have value. And you have value whether you have a child or not. You will always have value. It is not okay for women to continue to attach their value to a male in the 21st century. We never freaking learn. And then we wonder why we have the Mr. Biles of the world running around talking about they're the prize, because they are the prize, because a lot of pick-me's and mammies are just crying about marriage all over the place. And males see this. Black males see it. All males see it. They know how desperate you are for marriage, and they're literally just dangling it in front of your face like a carrot. And you're just hopping after them like a little rabbit, like a little bunny rabbit, just trying to get that carrot so badly. And it's time to take your power back. Women are the prize, and to have a wife is a good thing, which is what the Bible says, if you want to use the Bible. And, women bring a lot to the table. We bring free labor that no one has value. They never have given value in this country, because why would they? We live in a patriarchy, so of course they're not going to show how valuable women really are. We're literally creating the humans that continue the legacy of that entire effing family. There will be no lineage, no family tree, no nothing, if women weren't willing to pop out babies over and over and over, or even just one time. That's extremely significant. So women need to know their worth and know their power and walk in it every day, all day, and stop acting so desperate for marriage. Marriage literally can be found anywhere. You can marry anyone. And I'm telling you right now, like, a lot of women, especially Black women, are doing worse when we get married. So just stop the madness. Stop judging people. I can't wait till it goes out of style, because it will. I can call it because I'm psychic, and I know that it's not going to be a thing. In like 5 to 10 years, nobody's going to care about marriage. And the marriage rates just keep declining. People are not figuring it out. And I feel like many people that are still trumpeting it are either people who are just so desperate for it because they don't have any self-esteem, or they're already married and misery loves company. But anyway, so I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.